Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually participated in the 200th anniversary celebration of Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in western state of Gujarat on Monday. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the spiritual consciousness of the Vartal Dham that was established by Lord Sri Swaminarayan 200 years ago was kept alive as one can still experience his teachings and energy. Justice Sanjeev Khanna took oath as the 51st Chief Justice of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi on Monday. The oath of the office was administered by President of India, Draupadi Murmu. Justice Sanjeev Khanna will hold the post of Chief Justice of India till the 13th of May next year. The curtain raiser for the 55th edition of International Film Festival of India was held in New Delhi on Monday. Dr. L. Murugan, the Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, said that the film festival has garnered a significant international response. Indian film director Shekhar Kapoor, who took charge as the IFFI director, said the festival celebrates the audience who loves watching movies. In Jammu and Kashmir, search operation is underway in the Kishtwar district to nab terrorists a day after an army officer died during an encounter with terrorists in the area. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal graced the 57th convocation ceremony of Indian Institute of Foreign Trade in New Delhi on Monday. Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, the expanded version of the flagship health insurance scheme, registered over 2.16 lakh new beneficiaries above the age of 70 within a week. Southern Indian state of Kerala registered the highest number of new beneficiaries under the government's health insurance scheme with 89,800 cards issued for the elderly. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Russia's First Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov addressed the India-Russia Business Forum in Mumbai on Monday. The External Affairs Minister said that a partnership between India that has an 8% growth rate market and a major technology leader will serve both the countries and the world as well. Nation paid tribute to India's first Education Minister Maulana Abul Kalam Azad on his 136th birth anniversary on Monday. Indian Minister of Communication and Development of Northeastern Region Jyotiraditya Scindia inaugurated the 25th meeting of the South Asian Telecommunication Regulators Council. During his address, Minister Scindia underscored India's commitment to advancing regional telecom collaboration. Vistara is operating its final flight under its own brand on Monday as it prepares to fully integrate with Air India. Ahead of the Kumbh Mela scheduled for January next year in North India's Prayagraj city, the National Disaster Response Force conducted special training for sailors on Sunday. An Indian tri-service exercise, Purvi Prahar, is underway in the forward areas of northeastern state Arunachal Pradesh. Monday was the last day of campaigning for the first phase of assembly polls in East India's Jharkhand, scheduled to take place on the 13th of November. Domestic benchmark equity indices ended Monday's choppy session on a flat note. BSE Sensex closed at 79,496, up about 10 points. The NSE Nifty 50 settled at 24,141, down almost 7 points from its previous close. The broader market settled in the red with Nifty Small Cap 100 and Mid Cap 100 falling 1.2% and 0.88% respectively. The Indian rupee fell 2 paise to hit a new all-time low of 84.39 against the US dollar on Monday. Gold futures maturing on the 5th of December stood at 76,590 rupees per 10 grams on multi-commodity index. Silver futures maturing on the 5th of December stood at 91,138 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Oil prices extended declined on Monday. Brent crude futures dropped 31 cents to $73.56 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures were at $70 a barrel. Hong Kong stocks led declines in Asia on Monday. The Hang Seng sank 1.9% with sub-index of mainland Chinese property shares tumbling 3.3%. The dollar edged higher on Monday as markets braced for US inflation data and a throng of Federal Reserve speakers this week. Bitcoin soared to a record high above $81,000 on Monday on expectations that cryptocurrencies will boom in a favorable regulatory environment following the election of Donald Trump as the US president. Japanese lawmakers have re-elected Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba as the leader despite his coalition's recent loss of a parliamentary majority in the lower house. A Russian missile launch caused blast in parts of Kyiv in Ukraine on Monday. Emergency blackouts occurred in the region after the airstrike. Russian airstrikes killed at least 6 people in southern Ukraine a day after Moscow and Kyiv launched record overnight drone attacks on one another. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer met with French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday to strengthen support for Ukraine. US President-elect Donald Trump reportedly spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin and discussed ending the Russia-Ukraine conflict, advising him to de-escalate tensions. Sources say Trump held the call from his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida on Thursday. However, Kremlin has denied any such phone calls between Putin and Trump. Outgoing US President Joe Biden has invited Donald Trump to come to the Oval Office on Wednesday to ensure peaceful transfer of power and talk about global conflicts. Donald Trump announced late Sunday that he is bringing back hardline immigration official Tom Homan to oversee the country's borders in the incoming administration. Former Republican presidential candidate and biotech executive Vivek Ramaswamy announced on Sunday that President-elect Donald Trump plans to make mass deportations a top priority when he returns to the White House. In a video address, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky stressed that strength and diplomacy must work together to bring the Russia-Ukraine conflict to an end. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said that Israel has defeated Hezbollah and that eliminating its leader Hassan Nasrallah was the crowning achievement. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday admitted that Israel was behind the attacks on Hezbollah's pager and walkie-talkie. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said on Sunday that he would be willing to call a vote of confidence in Parliament before Christmas, a move that would pave the way for snap elections. Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth on Monday conceded defeat in the Indian Ocean Islands' hotly disputed legislative election, with opposition leader Naveen Ramgoolam set to take over. Haiti's Transitional Presidential Council is set to appoint a new Prime Minister, replacing Gary Conille, who was named the Prime Minister in May. The Mexican city of Chihuahua discovered over 250 migrants packed inside a double-trailer truck en route to the US border. A tragic shooting rocked the central Mexican city of Querétaro late Saturday as gunmen stormed a downtown bar, killing 10 people and injuring 7. In Bangladesh, workers of 5 garment factories in Ghazipur have blocked the Dhaka-Mansingh highway for the 3rd consecutive day, demanding payment of outstanding wages and allowances, as well as the reopening of closed factories. Opponents of Bangladesh's former leader Sheikh Hasina thwarted a plan by her Awami League party to hold a rally in Bangladesh's capital, with scuffles breaking out between the two groups. Hundreds of protesters gathered in Costa Rica to voice their opposition to abortion ahead of a landmark case at the Inter-American Court of Human Rights. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. Let's continue. The annual UN Climate Summit COP29 kicked off on Monday with countries highlighting the need for a new climate finance goal and a leadership along with action to save the planet. COP29 President Mukhtar Babayev said that summit is a moment of truth for the Paris Agreement and will test a commitment to the multilateral climate system. Executive Secretary of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Simon Stiell, said if nations can't build resilience into supply chains, the entire global economy will be brought to its knees as no country is immune. Atmospheric carbon dioxide levels have reached record levels this year as fossil fuel emissions warms up the planet. The burning of coal, oil and gas across the world is the main driver of climate change. Firefighters combat wildfires raging in New Jersey and southern New York, prompting New York City to issue smoke warnings and forcing the farmers to take steps to protect their harvests. Strong winds have carried the fires from New York into New Jersey. The largest fire has already consumed 2,500 acres of the land. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez on Monday announced €4.37 billion in additional measures to reconstruct the Valencia area after floods, on top of $10.4 billion announced last week. Two powerful earthquakes struck southern Cuba on Sunday following a week of devastation from Hurricane Rafael. Thousands of villages were ordered to evacuate and ports shut down as the disaster-weary Philippines was struck by another typhoon, the fourth in less than a month. Firefighters from Spain's Basque Country searched for possible victims at Albufera rice fields, patrolling on a canoe and searching on a ravine inside the destroyed cars. The air quality in Lahore, the capital of Pakistan, has deteriorated so drastically that it now ranks as the most polluted city in the world. The air quality index has reached above 550 in hazardous category, prompting closure of schools. Mexico closed the first World Mariachi Congress on Sunday with a massive concert in Mexico City, aiming to honor and preserve the iconic music genre. The Mexican capital gathered mariachi enthusiasts and performers for a 5-day event. More than 1,000 musicians and singers performed the popular song Cielito Lindo. Researchers have praised Mary, an ancient Asian elephant at the Berlin Zoo, for her inventive and expressive use of a horse to show herself with unique techniques. An 88-year-old man, Prasar Bharati, demonstrated that age is no obstacle to determination by completing his 41st authentic marathon of Athens in just 6 hours and 31 minutes. The Hungarian inventor of the Rubik's Cube celebrated the 50th anniversary of the creation of a spatial puzzle that became a global craze. The creation was sold 500 million units and has 43 quintillion possible combinations. The current world record for solving a scrambled cube is just over 3 seconds, held by Mark Spark. Drone views shows the medieval castle of Hochkissenberg as floating in clouds on a foggy day. The castle was abandoned after 1633 and later restored as a medieval fortress. Vietnamese dancer MT Pop claimed the title at the Dance Your Style competition in Mumbai after he beat out Francis Rupix in a final showdown for the crown. The Hanoi Festival of Creative Design 2024 kicked off in Vietnam, marking the start of a 9-day cultural celebration in the capital. This year's theme is Creative Intersection. Thailand is set to celebrate their Festival of Life called Ye Peng, starting the 13th of November. Visitors pay respect at the river temple by hanging lanterns as a symbol of good fortune in the 2-day festival. One of India's largest livestock fairs, the International Pushkar Mela, is currently underway in India's Pushkar in Ajmer district of the Indian state of Rajasthan. Various sports and cultural competitions were organized in the fair on Sunday, including camel dance competition and camel makeup competition. An exhibition on millets in Odisha highlighted the health and environmental benefits of millets. The event features millet-based dishes and offers insights from local farmers and experts on sustainable farming practices. Gujarat hosts annual Tana Ridi festival in Mehsana, bringing together celebrated artists in a tribute to state's rich musical heritage. The two-day event will feature classical and folk performances by renowned artists. Fireworks illuminates the night sky of Uttarakhand's Haridwar as part of Ganga Deepotsav. The festival is a breathtaking celebration that transforms the banks of the sacred river Ganges into a spectacle of light and devotion. Artists prepare for the upcoming bamboo music competition at the Chilika International Folk Festival in Odisha. This unique competition celebrates bamboo instruments and folk music across many cultures. Bulgarian Muslims gathered in the village of Ribnovo on Sunday for a mass circumcision ritual known as Sunnet, accompanied by music and lavish costumes. Young boys dressed in ceremonial outfits carried through the village on decorated horses before the ritual that marks the early affirmation of their faith and a step towards manhood. The Cape water lily has been reintroduced to its native habitat, coinciding with the culmination of the prestigious Earthshot Week in the city. Pop megastar Taylor Swift was the big winner at the MTV Europe Music Awards, picking up 4 trophies at the Manchester ceremony in England. Taylor Swift won Best Artist, Best Video for her collaboration with Post Malone, Fortnite, Best Live and Best US Act. South African singer Tyler followed with 3 prizes: Best Afrobeats, Best R&B and Best African Act. Other winners included Sabrina Carpenter, US rapper Busta Rhymes and Pet Shop Boys. Singer and third-time MTV Europe Music Awards show host Rita Ora led a tribute to late One Direction member Liam Payne at the event. The cast and crew of Wicked continued their global tour, stepping out in downtown Los Angeles to premiere the film. Wicked tells the story of a misunderstood green-skinned young woman, Elphaba, who goes on to become the Wicked Witch of the West. James Cameron is taking audiences on another breathtaking journey to the world of Pandora with his upcoming sequel called Avatar: Fire and Ash. Ahead of the film's highly anticipated release in December next year, Disney revealed the new concept art in the next sequel. Pop icon Lady Gaga earned 2 nominations at the 2025 Grammy Awards for her duet with Bruno Mars for Die With a Smile. Gaga expressed her gratitude to the fans on social media for the nominations. Indian music maestro Ricky Kej has earned a Grammy nomination for his album called Break of Dawn. Artists like Anushka Shankar, Varijashri Venugopal, Radhika Vikaria and Chandrika Tandon are among those recognized this year. Marvel Studios unveiled the first trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, set for premiere on February the 14th next year. The trailer gives first look at the transformation of Ross into the Red Hulk, signaling a major conflict. Veteran actor Mukesh Khanna, famous for playing India's original superhero Shaktiman, has announced the return of the show on screens. The actor released show's teaser and posted on social media. South Africa beat India by 3 wickets in the second T20I to level the 4-match series by 1-1. Joss Butler's fiery 83 powered England to victory against the West Indies in second T20I. England now lead the series by 2-0. New Zealand successfully defended a modest total of 108 against Sri Lanka in a low-scoring thriller in Dambulla. World number 1 Yannick Sinner began his bid to win the ATP finals for the first time with a 6-3, 6-4 victory over Alex de Minaur. American Taylor Fritz earned his first win in the group stage of the ATP finals by beating Daniel Medvedev by 6-4, 6-3. Mark Cavendish won his final professional race at the 2-day Tour de France Criterium in Singapore, bringing down the curtain on his glittering 19-year-old career. La Liga leader Barcelona fell to a 1-0 defeat at Real Sociedad on Sunday as it had a Robert Lewandowski goal controversially disallowed in Spain's San Sebastian. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes bagged 1 goal in his team's spirited 3-0 Premier League victory over Leicester City. Chelsea and Arsenal played out a 1-1 draw in their latest Premier League clash at Stamford Bridge. And Ipswich Town secured their first Premier League victory of the season when they defeated Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.